Welcome back to Solynod Hex, everyone. Today we are holding session 485, and today's session is sponsored by our generous pledges and donors. Thank you very much for our patrons and donors, patronage and donations. We wouldn't have dynamic lighting without you, and some key tokens. In fact, just this past week I purchased a map pack for our next story arc. And that will go to pretty extensive use. When players at this time, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and add 485 points to your player character. And when last we left the Order of the Superior Star, we left on a cliffhanger. They were in an encounter in the Temperate Hills of Adria with a humanoid gargantua, aka kaiju, aka King Kong. Here they are. So the party was headed north through these hills. On either side of you, you can see rather steep embankments headed up at probably slightly more than 45 degrees, so it would take climb checks to get up them. And there is a stream flowing down one hill and cutting through another, so there's like a ravine here. Headed to the northeast. And you can see to the southwest an angry King Kong headed your way. Players at this time, go ahead and roll. There is no surprise. Go ahead and roll initiative, because we're in initiative phase. And we'll set up some music. As you know, really big creatures are slow as hell. So his initiative is 1624. It's approximately 100 feet tall, and it's covered in black, greasy fur. And it has a blunt nose, huge ears, bright eyes, bright brown eyes. and he's letting out this thunderous bellowing and grunting. All right. Anyone need multiple attacks?
Probably not this round, but Moen will.
Okay. I'll give you a minute to set up your Cat's Grace. So I think you had Cat's Grace on several characters. Probably gonna want to recast that.
Yeah.
And of course, I'll put all the mounts to the back. And see, at 12 noon, you should have daylight, so I'm going to make sure that daylight is turned on. Wow, dynamic lighting is off. Okay. Daylight mode is on. There we go. Back. And let's see. Here's multiple for Moen. One for Zalmond. One for Asher. And Ryer needs one now, right?
Not this round. He's gonna throw a fireball.
Okay. All right, is anyone still rolling?
Yes, sorry, just a second.
Are you just doing Cat's Graces right now?
No, I just finished that. Now I'm just rolling a fireball for Shandrak.
And it looks like Chai Yai might be summoning something.
Yeah, doing something a little different now that we're outside and we got some
Oh, plant
nature to
growth.
work with.
Nice. 40,000 square foot AOE.
Okay.
200 by 200. Okay. So I'm just going to order or sort the tracker and we'll start. So it's 12 noon right now. You guys have been marching probably since about, 8 o'clock in the morning. You're about 4 hours through. You get up into the hills and kind of cross over a stream. Splash, splash. And then suddenly you feel this kind of like tremor in the ground, and you hear this and you look behind you and there's this big ape coming towards you, you know, and it's like coming at you. First up is Ashriel. Shout out to Thaco Tuesday. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Ashriel is going to hold his action.
And Ryer.
Ryer will start it off with a fireball.
Fireball! Okay, he gets a saving throw for half damage. Let's see, save. Spell. Oh yeah, what's the weather right now? Let's see. November 20. Favorable with no precipitation, so no bonus to a save for fire. Wow, max level fighter essentially. Warrior 17 plus. And not multi-classed or triple-classed. Fails his save and takes the full 36 damage. And here is your Fireball AoE.
Alright.
And the only dynamic lighting lines are apparently around the trees, as far as I can tell. So you should be able to put that pretty much anywhere you want to on this body. It does have to be within Ryer's line of sight, so I'll judge that real quick. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Here we go.
And sort that to the map layer, and then subtract 36 damage from a fireball. So Ashriel kind of turns around and he kind of looks over at Ryer and he's like, oh, and he stops. Ryer turns around and he points his finger at the King Kong, and this little red beam shoots out and there's an explosion. -36. And the King Kong's like, ah! Reacting to the fire, and there's a big scorched spot in his fur where it's all burned away. Next up is St. Luther.
St. Luther takes hold of his holy symbol and casts Recitation.
Recitation.
So that definitely should be everybody. Except the monster, but that's okay.
Yeah. We were using. Oh, let's do red dot red dot 1 for recitation. And then what's the duration?
9 rounds.
9 rounds. Okay, and he gets 400 points for casting recitation.
Alright.
Alright, next up is Mad Moen.
Moen sees a few people casting, so he's just gonna wait and hold his action.
So Moen wheels around. He's got his big ass axe, his hands choked up almost underneath the axe head, and he kind of pulls it up, sliding it up through his right hand and grabbing the bottom of it with his left, dropping the reins of his horse and steering with his knees, and then sees a couple people casting and just kind of chokes back with his knees and brings the horse to a stop, I guess, or at least slows him down. Next up is Shandrak.
Alright, Shandrak will let out another fireball.
Okay, here's your fireball AoE.
Oh, that's good.
And he gets another save versus spell with no modifier. Counts as warrior 17 plus because his hit dice. Not multi-classed or triple-classed. Passes his saving throw, taking only 12 fire damage. But there is another scorched spot in his fur. Next up, anyone who was waiting can go. Unless you don't want to.
Yeah, not shit.
Alright. Airdrin.
Erdrin will try to do a riding check to slide off his horse. Pa! Slides off, and then ducks under his horse's thigh and hides in shadows.
Alright. And Tenzi.
Tenzi cast Vengeful Strike on Ashriel.
Alright. So I will switch Ashriel's red circle to Vengeful Strike motes. And is it 16 motes or 17 motes now?
Motes.
You said 17 motes?
18.
18. And Tenzi is that a 4th level spell?
Yep.
Okay, so Tenzi gets 400 points. And next up is Zalamand.
Zalamand is going to move. Well, actually, he's holding because he wants to charge and see if the creature gets close enough for him to charge. So he will hold it as well.
Alright, next up is the Gargantua. Does anyone that was holding want to go right now? Okay. So the Gargantua is going to move up, knocking down trees as it goes. Just making a beeline for the party. And it gets to right about here, not bothering going through the water, and it knocks down this tree, and part of its body hits this tree, knocking it down. So there's big logs. Roadside ambush. Guildhall Tavern. Oh, okay. And Cozy Cabin. Let's see. Stump. Alright, so big old tree trunks fall. No. So there's one that falls kind of to the north, like this. And pretty much this one's the same. Falls maybe like that. Right next to the party. It lands like that. So there's this loud as these trees are knocked over by this huge gorilla. Gargantuan gorilla, that is. Next up is, unless someone who is waiting wants to go, next up is Ashriel.
Yeah, I'll do Zalmond will charge.
And that increases his movement on Ruckus by 50%.
So there's 22. Get right up to him. Is that adjacent? Actually, he'll be one square away from him.
Yeah, that's adjacent. If you back up one square, you'll be 1 square away.
That's what he.
And don't forget your +2 from recitation, and then you also get +2 for charging.
I think you already put the +2 for charging on his heavy lance charge.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. Yeah. So just a +2 for recitation then. All right. Of course, your target is shieldless. -7 does beat AC 4, and you cause 21 damage. So that's 66, and then you get a +8 because I think Zalmond has one of the girdles of giant strength now.
Yep.
Rolling 21 damage. So that's a total of, 21, 36 from the first fireball, and 12 from the second.
And
So you
then
can see.
Asher,
Say again.
Asher was holding, so he's gonna fly over there.
All right. And this creature is not. Say again.
How tall is he?
100 feet tall. So he's just kind of like wading through these trees. The trees are about 50 feet.
Asher was going to get 105 feet up.
All right.
So,
I made the trees too long, I think. Should only be about 10 squares long. All right. So Ashriel comes at him flying. AC 1 beats AC 4. And you cause 25 damage with your no dachi plus 3.
now they'll follow up with the great sword.
It's 25.
And then does he regenerate?
Actually, yeah, he does. So there's that category. And I will fix that token as well. So, let's see. Adrian Monsters. Gargantua. Humanoid.
Oh wait, never mind. He does not attack with the great sword because he's not enlarged.
Oh, he's not. Okay. And then your damage, was that enlarged damage for the?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I did not.
Okay. All right.
He does get his, unless someone else is going to go that was waiting.
Yeah, Moen will, he'll try to, first he'll ride up as far as his horse will go. Then he'll try to leap off his horse, continue on foot. Alright.
So they have pretty chunky regeneration. Compared to most.
Alright, and then Moen will Come on up. Take a swing.
All right, Moen comes up, takes a swing, and of course, this monster is way too big to have its head chopped off by the Vorpal axe. So shieldless, -10 definitely beats AC 4. It's not a confirmed crit. It looks like you rolled a 12 on the die, but you do end up causing 25 damage. Very nice. And you can see its green bar is already dwindling. And it's just furiously roaring. Next up is...
Oh,
See, that was...
Moen's wave attack, so it's Astral now.
Yeah, Astral's second attack.
Yeah, Astral's second.
There it is. Oh my god, 7 damage. You see it?
Oh no. Yep. Shieldless, -4 beats AC 4, and you cause 7 damage. -7. Okay, Moen's second attack. Alright, there you go. Natural 20. Causing only 32 damage, though. Looks like, actually, you rolled pretty decent on damage. 2 7s, a 6, and a 2.
Happy with that.
On D8s. So 32 damage. As you cut into his, like, calf muscle or something. And then, so Zalman charged, so no multiple attack for him. And then Chai was casting a spell.
Yeah, she's gonna try to cast Plant Growth. See if she can maybe hinder the Gargantua a little bit.
Alright, so you get a 40,000 foot square AoE. Plant growth spell enables the caster to choose either of 2 different uses. See the full version for further details. And I guess casting time is just 1 round.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't say that. I probably accidentally deleted that. Let's see, let me see, plant growth. Find plant growth. And then in our new purple worm, find growth, 4th level wizard spell, 3rd level priest spell. Yeah, casting time is 1 round. Time. There we go. 1 round. Save changes. There we go. Okay, that's fixed. And The first causes normal vegetation to grow, entwine, and entangle to form a thicket or jungle that creatures must hack or force a way through at a movement rate of 10 feet per round or 20 feet per round for larger than man-sized creatures. Note that the area must have brush and trees in it. Okay. The second use of the spell affects a 1 mile square area. The DM secretly makes a saving throw based on the caster's level to see if the spell takes effect. If successful, the spell... So you basically save versus your own spell. If successful, the spell renders plants more vigorous, fruitful, and hardy, increasing yields by 20% to 50% in farmland, I guess, given a normal growing season. Okay, so I'm assuming you're using the combat application, of course. Area effect.
See if I can slow him down.
Area of effect is a square 20 feet on a side per level of experience of the caster. Yeah, so you get a square that is 200 feet by 200 feet. So... spell AoEs, and that is Priest 3. Do I have plant growth? No, I don't. Do I have the Wizard 4 version? 4th level Wizard. No, I don't. I do have a plant. A bunch of plant tokens, though. So plant. Okay, so plant cover, pitfall, trap. We'll use that. It's animated. And that is 200 feet, so 200 times 70 would be 14... let's see, advanced. Set dimensions. So 14... 1, 2, 3. 14,000 pixels. Set. Big. Did I put too many zeros on there?
Yeah, is that the whole map?
200 feet would be 20 squares. Yeah. No, 40 squares. Yeah. 40 squares is... So 200 slash R, 200 divided by 5 times 70. That should be the correct answer. 2,800. I'm not mathing right now. Alright, that's much more manageable. I'm going to set it to back, and then I'll give you control of it. Let's see, to back. And... controlled by... Shandrak. Save setting. So you should be able to slide it now. And of course, the center of it has to be within range of the caster.
Yeah, it's getting stuck between some trees. You can try to send it to the southeast.
Oh no! Shift Z. No, not Shift Z. Control Z. Alright, southeast. Like so.
Yeah.
Like that?
Ooh, that's probably for the best, yeah.
Okay. So this big mass of plant material starts growing out of the ground, vines and thickets and whatnot. kind of entrapping this big gorilla. He can only move 20 feet per round now, and it's just outside of influencing your own party. Did you want it slid maybe over here a little bit more so that he's kind of in the middle of the side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
So right about like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just send this to the front, and then I'll put it on the map layer. So it kind of grows up through the stream, and I'm going to say that it kind of stops the water for now. So the stream stops flowing because there's all that plant matter that kind of grew up from the ground. And Chai gets 300 points for plant growth. And that should be the end of the round. And now we're in initiative phase, unless there was someone else waiting.
Nope, not for me.
Okay. So initiative phase. And I'm actually going to roll morale for this Gargantua. Their morale is pretty good. They are elite. I'm not going to adjust it. Okay. So, just to make a long story short, this King Kong submits. So he kind of like kneels down. He sits down on his butt, and he leans down, and his chin sort of touches the ground, and he covers his eyes with one of his paws. And he stops grunting and he makes whining noises. And he's all tangled up in the vines and stuff. And combat is apparently over. So without rolling initiative again.
He's not evil, right?
Correct. Ashriel does not get any evil vibes from him. So first up, it looks like is Shandrak and Company.
With the beast laid down low, Mad Boy's gonna seize his opportunity and swing his axe into him and try to finish it off.
Nice. So yeah, you slice right into its throat, and blood goes everywhere. Bright red blood spilling into the stream. And the stream flows once again with the blood of your enemies. Okay.
And then Moen will head on back to his horse.
Alright, so one Humanoid Gargantua. They are worth 28,000 points. There are 2 player characters. And then, Tenzi, how many NPCs that gain XP do you have?
1.
1. And Shandrak?
5.
So that's 6 altogether. Creatures defeated was 1. Hit dice per creature. So they have 35 hit dice.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, Tenzi, how many warriors and bards do you have?
1.
1. And then Shandrak, how many warriors and bards? Is it 2?
Yep.
Okay, so total of 3. Nice little chunk of experience.
Definitely.
All right. Anything else for Shandrak and company?
Yeah, Moen just goes back onto his horse and rejoins the group.
Okay, and then Tenzi and company.
Ashra will fly back to his mount. Salmond will. Salmond's going to examine the like the hide or the fur of the gargantuan to see if he could maybe cut out a gorilla fur coat.
Yeah, definitely. Give me either a hunting check or animal rendering. Animal rending. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, he's able to slice off enough hide. Yeah, I guess that would be, yeah. That would be for hide armor. It would be you know, Gargantua hide. It weighs, let's see. Oh, I have that here actually. Rules. Gear and equipment, weapon and armor data. So enough for hide. Since it's raw, I'm gonna make it a little heavier than just hide armor, because it hasn't been tanned yet. Hide armor normally weighs 30 pounds, so we'll say this is about 35 pounds worth of hide. It'll lose like 5 pounds worth of fat, flesh, water when it gets tanned, and then and treated, and turn into hide armor. But this would be humanoid gargantua hide, yeah.
And that'll be it for us.
All right. So I'm assuming you guys ride off into the noonday sun. It's still a little chilly. I mean, it's November, but it's a little warmer during the high noon time of day.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, right. Yeah. All right. So I think the slowest thing was a mule.
If it's possible, I'd like to ask that if while we're traveling, that like maybe stop like a few miles before this major area in case if we were to enter it. Because Tenzi, I feel like we've been traveling for a while, and if we wait a few more days to the 23rd, Musashi may have finished his Grandmaster. And if we wait a few more days after that, on the 27th, Gargamond may complete his Grandmaster.
Smart. You guys want to camp?
There does seem to be a big settlement in front of us.
Yeah, it looks like a farming community.
Excuse me, I was just going to say, if you want to wait, that's fine. I'm sure Musashi would like to take on those ninjas, that ninja clan, if we run into them.
Certainly.
But,
and you'd be very helpful if we were to run into him.
Okay. Do you just want to stop right where the Gargantua was, or?
Can we estimate how far away we are from the settlement in terms of like, is it another day's travel or 2 or 3?
Let's see. I think you're moving at a rate of 24. And how many miles till the party leaves current terrain? We'll say it's 99. So it's these are steep hills. So you're moving 12 miles a day through the hills. And when you started moving this morning, you were 13 miles away from the settlement. So at noon, you're 7 miles away. That's when you had the encounter with the humanoid gargantua.
So we're 7 miles away, and we have 6 more miles to travel?
Yes. Is that where you want to camp?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we can continue traveling a little further then.
Oh, you want to go the full 6 miles? Or full 12?
Well, yeah, it sounds like we'll be a mile before the settlement, so
yep.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. So just 1 mile away. And I will place you on, let's see, Temperate Hills. Probably Temperate Hills C. He's a party. So you're about here, and then you can go ahead and set up your camp. And it looks like I need to change these dynamic lighting lines to no. Transparent. There we go. Wait, why didn't that work? There. All right. So no encounters for the rest of the day on the 20th.
Just before midnight of the 21st, Ashrael will use his limited wish to cast Atonement on Zalmond.
Outstanding. Go ahead and roll that full spell template. Pretty sure I made a spell template for that. Or did I not?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Okay. Oh, deliberate misdeeds and acts of knowing and willful nature cannot be atoned for with the spell. See the quest spell. Since it was a white lie, I'm not gonna say that it was deliberate, because I think it was just a mistake. You know, like it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna murder this, family of 4. So yeah, his misdeed is erased, and he gets his first level spell slots back. I don't think he ever cast his spell, so he still has that memorized. So it's, as though he never even made the little white lie to begin with. Pretty much, like nothing has changed. All right. Yeah, no experience award. And no harm, no foul. All right, so I'm going to roll for the 21st. Random encounters. Special Oriental Adventures. Temperate Hills. 21st November. 11 AE5. And technically it's still fall until the solstice next month. Alright, so on the 21st, the winds are favorable, but it starts to rain. And then there are no encounters the whole day. Is there anything else you guys want to do on the 21st?
Yeah, Chandrak will just do a couple more copying spells.
Okay. And copy spells from one book to another. And you can do that at your leisure.
Also, Chandrak will come to Ashrael and say, hi, Ashrael. If there's no greater need, I would really appreciate another one of those special powers of yours. Do you think you might be able to help me forget gaming? I like games, but I focus on it a little too much. You could help me forget that. That'd be helpful. I don't need to know as much about that as I need to. As I thought I did.
My son, before the day ends, I shall surely do that for you.
Thank you.
And Chandrak opens up a non-weapon proficiency slot by making a limited wish to forget how to game. And then
longer know the intricacies of chess.
Yeah, and card games and other stuff. It's basically gaming is it's a proficiency that allows you to cheat at gambling games. So, because you're so good at it, you're like poker face, but you've got cards up your sleeve and shit, or you're able to, with the sleight of hand, switch out weighted dice if you're playing dice games, stuff like that. And it basically just allows you to check the box on winning. Unless, of course, you're going up against someone else who has gaming and they're successful at their role as well. Okay. So you can spend that slot in between sessions. So it's just an extra slot right now.
Yeah.
And shout out to Thaco Tuesday. Thank you very much for subbing again with Prime. They've subscribed for 22 months in a row. Thank you so much, Thaco Tuesday. Outstanding. All right. So that's it for November the 21st. We'll see what happens on November the 22nd, 11 AE5. All right. So the only change on the 22nd is the rain stops and the mud kind of dries up. Is there anything you guys wanted to do on the 22nd? And I'm assuming on the 23rd you wanted to either do ascending with Musashi or go straight to his location to talk to him directly?
Yeah. Exactly. On the 23rd, I'd like to send a message to see how it's going with him.
Is that going to be like in the morning as soon as you guys are ready to travel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll see what
beginning
goes.
of our normal travel day.
We'll see. I'm going to roll encounters for the 23rd. So November 23rd, 11 AE5. Still fall. All right. So at 7 a.m., you cast your sending. Go ahead and roll the template for that. I think it takes 10 rounds to cast it.
It does.
And you can send 25 words or less. So go ahead and type those in chat once you roll the template. And while you do that, let's take a quick 3-minute break. We'll be back in 3. And we are back. Okay, so Tenzi, I'm going to put you back on the landing page. And if you could, please roll a... Wait, that didn't work. Tenzi... Back to the landing page. That worked, I think. Okay. So Tenzi, once your landing page loads, if you could please drop the token for Musashi and roll an intelligence check. Just a straight up intelligence check. So Musashi, it's Chandrak. How goes the Grandmaster training? Well, I hope we are ready to come get you. If so, I'm starting to miss you. And we'll see. All right. Outstanding. So and Chandrak, did you get that message?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Chandrak shares the good news. Musashi did it this time. He said he passed his test, and he's a grand master. Now we can just go. Now we can go get him. Isn't that great, Tenzi?
That is great news.
All right, so that was at about 7:10. And if you want to go back to the old capital and collect him, go ahead and roll the spell template for dimensional folding. All right. So I will say by this time, you're very familiar with the old capital, especially the temple area. which is where I'm going to put you. So no aging occurs. It's almost like a home base to you guys now. Adria, Central Adria. Back to the temple in Hang Mai. Okay, so you guys arrive at the courtyard. In Hang Mai. And just as Ishigita is granting Musashi his sword back, so you can see a wooden rattan on the ground next to Musashi, and Musashi's kneeling, and Ishigita is standing in front of the door to the temple, kneeling as well, and Ishigita is giving Musashi his katana back, his real katana. So there's this rattan. So rattan is a wooden sword for katana training, and of course they don't have that. But it's on the ground right here next to... Oh no, I don't have freehand on. So there's this rattan wooden katana to Musashi's left, in I guess in a scabbard, laying on the ground. And you can see Ishigita mouthing something, and he bows to Musashi, who is already bowing. He hands him his katana back, and then Ishigita stands up, and Musashi stands up and turns around and sees you guys already there. So time now is gonna be let's see, 7 a.m. November 23, 11 AE 5 -1. And of course it's days later, so I'm just gonna actually remove well, I shouldn't do it that way. And then of course minus 11 minutes. And Tenzi gets 400 points for dimensional folding. And I need to put all the mounts to the back. So Tenzi turns around, sees you guys, and if you could, go ahead and roll base size initiative for the PCs, please. All right. So at 7-Eleven, first up is Shandrak and Company. You step through the dimensional folding to see that which I just described.
Oh, Musashi, congratulations, man.
It was very challenging.
It was challenging making it around without you.
Fortunately, this time I was successful. At first, I could not grasp the teachings. But now, it is for the best, and I am stronger for it.
Can't wait to see how that sword swings through the air now.
And then, Tenzi, if you haven't already done so, you can increase Musashi's damage dice on all his katana lines by 1 die. So I think it should be D12, D20, if I'm not mistaken. And then also add an entire attack per round. So you get a whole extra attack when you become a Grandmaster per round. And anything else for Shandrak and Company?
That's good for now.
All right. And next up is Tenzi and Company.
Tenzi will congratulate Musashi, and then we'll wait to see if there's anything else that Musashi needs to do here with his mentor before we gather him up and get his horse and head on out.
Oh yeah, Musashi. Which horse is Musashi's horse?
Musashi's mount is Daybreak.
Daybreak. So he has it tied up. Let's see, Tenzi. Mounts of livestock. Daybreak is right over here. So in preparation, he went and got his mount. And
Yeah,
Go
then
ahead.
we'll just wait to make sure everything's done. And then once he says he's ready, or his mentor says he's ready, then we will do another dimensional fold and go back.
all right. And then I'll put you on the landing page so that you can place him in the order of march. There you go. And with his, of course, with his mount. And you're probably going to want to delete the Musashi token after you drop the mount and then re-drop the Musashi token so he's on top.
Okay, got it.
And then you've got him placed in the order of march now.
Yep, he's going to
Okay.
bring up the rear.
All right. So now I'll bring you back to Hang Mai. And yeah, Musashi comes up to Tenzi, and he bows his head and says, "I have been successful, my liege."
I knew you would be. We have missed you greatly.
I am now prepared to serve you with my katana in life or in death. And 2 back. And he goes over, hops on his horse, and returns to the order of march here. Is that how you had him placed?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you cast Dimensional Folding again?
I shall do that right now.
Okay. You don't have to. It's already on the chat, so all I have to do is hit the DM button again. The campground, I will say, is studied carefully, because you probably wouldn't have left without studying it carefully. It wasn't like an emergency or anything. All right, and you are able to return without aging to the campground. Let's see, that's encounter maps and temperate and hills. And I think it was Temperate Hills C. It's kind of sad I only have 3 Temperate Hills maps. I should probably make some more, huh? So you guys return, and you can go ahead and drop his mount and then his token. And then did you guys want to continue camping and possibly get Gargamon back as well?
Let's see. That's another
4 days, I think you said.
4 days. Yeah, are you willing to do that?
If, if that is what you want, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd like to try that.
Although Tenzi's curious about where Gargamon actually is. I'll need to know that to get us there.
You sent him to that Minotaur King.
Yes. It was kind of a somewhat foster father-ish figure.
Yeah. I think Tenzi was not with you, so he
No.
doesn't actually know the location, but you could give him, location nearby, like Enervia City, and then travel there, or...
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Gargamon said that he would meet us back at Enervia, so I just want where's really, I don't know. I just want to see if he'll get it or not, because we're pretty close.
Okay. Alright, so go ahead and roll... Well, actually... We'll pass the time to the 27th. I gotta roll for encounters. So this is the 23rd. And nothing else happens on the 23rd, so gotta roll for the 24th now. Alright, so is there anything you want to do on the 24th?
Could Zalman start treating that hide?
Yeah, just give me I guess an animal rending check or hunting check. And we'll say that you can get it done by the 27th. Yeah, he screws up somehow and ruins it. I don't know, maybe he's scraping the the fat off or something and accidentally cuts through it, and now it's like useless somehow because it just, like, he had it stretched out, let's say, and when he cut through it, it just tore it right in half and destroyed it. And he's like, ah, fuck, I fucked that one up.
I knew I should have cut two of them.
I knew I should have cut two of them. Damn it. Alright. But he's got field plate anyways. He can sleep in that. I think he's got field plate. Yeah. Yeah, field plate. Oh, it's field plate +2. Whoops. Field plate +2. AC 0. Okay. Yeah, field plate is super convenient. It's got a cod piece that can open up so you can go to the bathroom. It's got a long underwear trap door in the back so you can go number 2 without taking it off. And you can sleep in it. It's like it's made for the field. Alright, so for the rest of the day on the 24th, nothing happens. And then November 25th. Does anyone want to do anything on the 25th?
No, I'm good.
All right. So go ahead and set yourselves up for noon on the 25th. And of course, everyone is awake.
What was the weather today?
It is becalmed with no precipitation. So there's no wind, no rain, nothing. And there's been no precipitation for days at this point, actually. Last time it rained was the 23rd. And it's 25th, so 2 days since it rained. So by now the mud would have been all dried up. Okay. All right. Looks like the party is surprised, because it's I rolled a 2, so 3 or lower is surprised, of course. There's a bunch of people that get +2 to their surprise. If you can get over 3 with your different adjustments, that's and then some people are not surprised ever. And I think Tenzi is only surprised on a 1 because of a spell that he casts every day. So Tenzi's not surprised, and I think Ashril is never surprised. Right? And then...
That's true.
So if you can get a +2 from a combination of your dex reaction, proficiency in alertness, or +1 from having a familiar, then you're not surprised.
Sorry, just to be clear, was that you need a +2 or +3 reaction?
You need a +2, because 2 + 2 would be 4. You have to get over 3. And currently the party's at 2.
Musashi
Shen-
has a plus
Musashi has plus what? +2?
2.
Yeah, so he's not surprised. And pretty much anyone who's got Cat's Grace is probably not going to be surprised. So there's probably like maybe one person will be surprised, like maybe Moen. I don't know, maybe Zalmond. I don't know.
Yeah, Zalman only has a +1.
Yeah. I don't know if you
the
have...
The only people out of my party is Chai. Everyone else has +2 or +3.
Okay. So go ahead and roll. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and roll well. Yeah, roll initiative, I guess. And just for the characters that are not surprised. Okay. So, Shandrak.
Yes.
And are you guys... Is there anyone still rolling? So Moen's not surprised? Probably because of Cat's Grace?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Also, sorry, just a moment. Yeah, I'm not quite done.
And it is 12 noon. I guess I need to turn sunlight on, huh? Oh, it is on. Okay. Is there anyone still rolling?
Okay, now I'm good.
Okay. So, surprise round, you only get one action that's use a magic item, cast a spell, make one attack, etc., etc. So, no multiple attacks. Shandrak, just north of you, 2 squares away. So, 1, 2. You see an interesting sight. So, it looks like a man whose body has been cut in half. Okay, he's wielding an axe. Looks like his body has been cut in half, so he has one arm, one leg, and one eye. And he's kind of hopping on one leg, approaching
okay.
it.
Cut in half that way, okay.
Yeah, straight down the middle, right? Yeah, cut in half straight down the middle. Yeah, it appears as the body of half a man who stands on a single leg. And he's dressed in traditional Adrian dress, so he's got half a gi, half a pair of, hakama, and then one of those wooden sandals with the wooden boards on the bottom. And he's just kind of hopping towards you on his sandal. And he's got we'll say he has a long queue of a farmer. So it's a long braid that comes down to like maybe just past his butt, but it's half of it, right? And he has this woodsman's axe in his hand, so it's like hand axe. And a soft golden light envelops it. And as he is hopping towards you, he says, "Who are you? Who? Not who are you? Who? But
who are you?"
Hello. We're just travelers here. We've made camp. We won't be here for much more too long. Is this your place?
I am the guardian of this place.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Well, would you be able to tell us, maybe, where Shirahai is?
Shirahai? It is to the north.
Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. So you really are around here then. I was hoping that settlements might have been something, a good sign. Do you know what that settlement is just north, too?
He says, what is your reaction modifier for being a tiefling? Not from your charisma, but from your race. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, I don't think I get a reaction from that.
Okay.
Yeah. He replies,
that is a farming village from whence I came.
Ah. Well, if you're from Shirahai and you're from that farming village, you must know that there's pretty terrible things going down in the city right now.
I have not been to Shirahai in a very long time, since before my accident. As you can see, I am only half the man I used to be.
Is the other half up and around somewhere, or did that die?
That died away long ago.
Oh. Sorry, I don't think I have magic that could regrow anything like that. But if you've been away for a long time, yeah, you should know, if you're protector of this area, that Shirahai is it's been a mess. The Shogun Fujitawa, I don't know if you recognize him. He took control a while ago, and it's just been going downhill for a while. He's been trying to gather strength to conquer the barbarians and basically conquer Shirahai. And to do that, he's been gathering very dark materials and has become in line with demons, actually. There's
Oh no!
literally Goristro patrolling the street from the sound of it.
I am very sorry. I do not get out much. This is news to me.
And next up is Ryer.
Huh. Okay, well, huh. Well, yeah, hearing him talk to Shandrak, I think Ryer will pull out his guitar and just play a tune to help lighten the mood, because things seem good, and he's gonna try to help keep it that way. He's gonna try to influence reactions by playing his guitar.
All right. Save versus paralyzation with a -3 penalty. So -3. And he counts as Warrior 10. I'm gonna say he's not. I'm gonna say he is multi-classed with Priest. Yeah. So Priest 10, and then okay, he successfully saves. So I'm not gonna tell you what his reaction was, but he's done attacking, and he's willfully giving you information. So
Yeah.
if that's any kind of indicator.
Yeah. So yeah, Ryer's just trying to set the mood, and that'll be his turn.
Okay. Musashi.
Musashi will he's going to have his Daikyu out, but he's not going to have an arrow knocked or anything. Just has it out, and he's just watching the person to make sure they're not doing anything dangerous.
He is holding an axe, which he can't really... I mean, he could put it in his belt, but as you can see, his belt has fallen off. Because he's only half the man he used to be. And he's just holding it in his hand, and it's giving off this golden glow. But it doesn't look like he's trying to, kill Shandrak or anything like that. He's just holding it. He's got his grip choked up all the way to the axe head. So it doesn't really look like he's trying to swing it anytime soon.
Okay, that'll be it for Musashi.
Okay. Let's see. Shanrak, go ahead and make no, I don't think he would do that. Nope. Okay. So no, you don't have to do anything. He just says
If you like, I can accompany you to the village. Would you help me with something?
Oh, yeah. What would you need help with? We might be able to do that.
As of late, there has been a demonic presence in my home.
The village specifically is your home.
The farmland around the village is my home.
Yes.
But in the village proper, there is a demonic presence which I cannot defeat on my own.
Interesting. Yeah. Do you have any idea what kind of evil we're talking about?
In the village, behind a hill, the villagers have hidden a great demon with a bull's head. I believe this is one of the Goristro you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, very well could be.
It is hidden in a great pile of hay.
Interesting. They're hiding it. Thank you. That's good to know. Well, yeah, we were planning on going that way anyway. We'd definitely be glad to have you. Tenzi?
Yeah. I'm just curious if your affliction is some type of curse that's, or what. Normally, if you get cut in half, you're not able to survive that. It's kind of curious about that.
I am a greater spirit. I can survive this affliction. But I must spend at least 1 day per month in the astral plane to absorb energy.
Very well. We are here to defeat evil, so wherever we find it, so we'd be happy to rid your village of this monstrosity.
Splendid. I look forward to the battle.
and he kind of shakes his axe as he says it. And as he shakes it, you can see that it crackles with electrical energy. Just kind of as electrical arcs kind of buzz through it. And he says,
Do we leave now?
Yeah, Chandra kind of looks at Tenzi and is like, well, yeah, I don't think we should give Taurus in the mouth. I think we can continue on with our new friend.
and Ashriel.
Obviously, we'll detect evil.
Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah, he detects no evil coming from the creature or from the half man. It was really hard to find a token that's of a guy cut in half. So I found this one where the guy has one eye, one leg, and one arm.
Yeah.
So he doesn't actually look like that, but he looks like a man who's cut in half. So technically he has one eye because of that, because he's cut in half.
Very cool.
And then
So
he's
as
not
for-
wielding a club, but an axe. Sorry to interrupt. My bad.
Yep. Yeah, no worries. So Ashriel will say, "My son, lead us to this evil so that we may defeat it." And that'll be it for him.
All right. And Mad Moen.
Yeah. Everything seems square with this new stranger. So, Moen will just turn back and kind of sharpen the edge of his sword as he keeps guard to the southeast again.
All right. And I thought Shandrak already went. What
Yeah.
what initiative do you see, Shandrak? Do you see 11.3 or do you see 3.4?
Yeah, I see the first one, 3.4.
Okay. I'm just going to take this one off then. All right, so next up is Erdrin.
Yeah, hearing about this new person. Erdrin just gets the stuff ready and begins get ready to go.
All right. Tenzi.
Tenzi will move to start striking the large tent, and so that we can head out.
And then Tenzi, which initiative do you see? 12.88 or 13.7?
The first one, 12.88.
Okay. Next up is Luther.
Yeah, same. Starting to put stuff away and get ready to go.
And I'm assuming that's what you guys do for the rest of the time here.
Yeah, but the Shadrach will say, if we are heading here, and if this is the farm that we're thinking of, I would like to make a hero's feast for us before we all go.
So the half man, he says,
Unfortunately, I cannot partake. As you can see, my esophagus is completely open to the world.
Right. I'm sorry about that, sir. Yeah, I think I would have been able to include you if not for that. So Chandrak will begin casting and preparing a hero's feast for everyone. Yeah, 10 people here. Cast at 13th level so we can feed everyone.
All right. And the half man, as he stated before, he basically eats astral energy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to add him to the turn, or not the turn, but the order of march. I guess he will travel. He'll walk to Musashi's right. As you guys are headed north.
As we're breaking down camp, Chandrak just kind of comes up to Musashi and was like, "I'm glad you were able to join us. Sounds like those we might be dealing with those ninjas pretty soon."
He nods and says that, yes, I look forward to employing my new skills.
Can't wait to see you in action.
All right. And it only takes about an hour to travel to the farming village. It doesn't really have a name. It's just a gathering of farmhouses or whatever that kind of just forms a village in the surrounding farmland. So you are able to get there by 1 p.m. And I need to turn on daylight. Let's see if I can. Good. And you guys arrive at 1 p.m. I'm just gonna remove all turns. So it's the 25th, 1 p.m. November 25th, 11 AE 5. And I'll put you guys on the token layer. And then if you could, please roll base size initiative for the PCs. And I will put the mounts to the back. So to back. And then I'll put all of you as a group to the front. So there we go. And you guys are down here. And real quick, we'll take a 3-minute break. We'll be back in 3. And we are back. Along the way, the half man explains his existence and what he is. He's known as a greater spirit called a Dokuak. And he's a very powerful warrior, able to fight with his electric axe. He can control weather, become astral, cure disease, remove paralysis and blindness, and curses, and also demand an oath from someone, and that's all once per day. And he feeds on astral energy once a day.
Cool. So if we can, just like, along the way before we're at the location, I'd like to ask him, one of the things we're looking for in this demonic activity is these books specifically. They're called Demonomicons. I have reason to believe there's one in the village. Have you heard anything about this?
No, I know nothing of books.
Well, if you happen to see a very evil-looking book, it's probably the one, and it's the cause of all this nonsense. So we're trying to destroy them.
How unfortunate.
Very. But with you, hopefully more fortunate, my friend.
And around 1 p.m., you guys arrive at this village. Off to the right, so there's it's like surrounded by farmland, and it's in the hills. So like the farmland it's terraced rice paddies. Okay, kind of like the ones that you see in the Windows pictures on your screensaver whenever they show parts of like China and the Philippines and I think Thailand and Vietnam as well. They have rice paddies on hillsides, and they're like terraced. And it looks like they've used the same type of like terracing technology to build this little village. As you approach, there are terraces with stairs leading up. And these terraces are built up with actual reinforced stone walls in this village. So it's it looks like it would have taken like generations to to build something like this, which Adria is an ancient place. And the walls are well upkept. There's no hardly any fallen stones. I mean, you can see one or two around, but other than that, the walls are they look really great. And you find a typical like Shinto gate marking the beginning of the village. And part of your party has ascended the staircase about halfway. And then the people in the front, off to the right, you can see what appears to be like an Adrian Inn over here. It's your typical Adrian building with the outcropped corners, like on a pagoda type thing. And there's a on the front of the building, there's like a sign kind of put up that's it has a depiction of like a bowl of soup and a bed with a pillow. So I'm gonna sort the tracker. First up is Shandrak and Company, and I'm actually gonna add this guy.
So this isn't a big city. This is well, I guess relatively, I don't know.
Very,
small,
very
large,
rural. Yes, very rural. Yeah.
Is there anybody on the streets right now? Doesn't look like there.
So
are there like passerbys, like there were in the city?
Yeah, there are passersby. So you look around and find see, I think that's special. It looks like there are some Adrian farmers. Let's see. I think I've got. Female. One second. Oh, let's see. Looks like I need to extract the character sheet for this. And so you see, ahead of you are 7 farmers walking into the village away from you. Small group. And you can tell they're farmers because they're wearing their hair in the standard Q style for the farming caste of Adria. The men are anyways. And there are probably some women. Yeah, there are a few women among them who are not bound to the standardized hair, like cast hairstyles. But they're carrying farming implements, so probably like for rice farming, maybe like shovels. Yeah. Each of them has a like a small shovel in hand, like a spade, like the half shovel, half length shovel, and they have on those, what are they called, the Jan hats. It's called Casa. I was way off. They're all wearing Casa hats. Looks like they're made from like your standard bamboo. So the Casa hat is the triangular, like cone, wide brimmed cone-shaped hat. Kind of associated with Far Eastern countries, and yeah, they've got spades, and they're walking into the village, and you kind of come in behind them. Anything else for Shandrak and company?
What is the weather like today right now?
Let's see. The weather for the 25th was... It is becalmed with no precipitation. So no wind to speak of, nothing. No, it's just, I guess it would probably be a clear sky.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think on our way in, yeah, I think Ryer would pull his guitar and play a rallying song.
Okay. Rally for +1 to hit.
Yes.
All right. So beautiful instrumental guitar music fills the air. And Ryer rally +1 to hit. And that'll go +1 per round. And he's got 3 rounds. Oh, and I also need to give you guys experience for the Dokuak.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So 1 Doc apostrophe CU apostrophe OC. Spelled weird. And Dokuak is worth a lot of points, I think. Yeah, 6,000. So 6,000. Number of player characters is 2. NPCs, let's see. I'm gonna open up the chat archive. Again, chat archive. And fun group XP. Oh, that's for the first one. Show on one page. Group XP. Okay, so 2 NPCs, or sorry, 6 NPCs. Number of creatures defeated is 0 because he kind of joined you. So hit dice doesn't matter, and neither does warriors and bards. So 1,200 for the PCs, and of course divided by your classes 600 for the NPCs divided by their classes. And you guys sort of intermingle with these farmers who are headed into town because they're walking pretty slow. It looks like there's some elderly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, mixed in. So 2 old men with long queues that reach just below their butt, like a long braid. And then this elderly woman. And then there's some young people up in front. And is there anything else for Shandrak?
Yeah. A couple of people move up, and then Luther is going to cast protection from evil 10-foot radius on himself.
Okay, so Luther, protection from evil 10-foot radius on Luther. And what's the duration?
90 rounds.
It's 90. And I'm just gonna stop these tokens from being animated for now because if it's interfering with soundtrack. At least on my end. Okay, anything else for Shandrak and company?
Yeah, my people will move up just a little bit more past the crowd, kind of stop at the base of the next set of stairs.
Okay, and you can see in through the windows of this building, there's a woman sort of like sitting at a chair reading a scroll right here. And then right over here there's a young man, looks like he's cooking some soup or something with noodles in it. Looks like that ramen that you had before when you were in Hang Mai.
Good stuff. Yeah, people will kind of try to finagle some horses up there, and that's where I'll stop.
Okay. He momentarily stops cooking the soup, and it looks like he's got a cutting board with a slab of this. It looks like it's a fillet of some kind of red, red fleshed type of fish, and he's cutting it up into like almost like square logs, and then into slices from there. And it looks like he's very skilled with this butcher knife he's got. Okay, Tenzi and company.
We will ride up, trying to be careful, going through the crowd. And find a safe place for the horse. And Musashi will speak to the Greater Spirit, asking him where this creature is hiding.
And he responds by saying,
It is hidden in the haystack in the back of the village at the bottom of the hill or terrace.
And Musashi nods and moves forward, and then Zalman is stuck on a railing or something.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you. And they ride off, and he rides close to the inn and looks into the window and watches as the cook does his butchering of the fish.
So this lady
Trying to
right,
get-
this lady right here is
trying to
just sitting there reading a scroll.
Okay.
Anything else for Tenzi and Company?
Nope, that's it for us.
Okay. And the Doc Quack is going to move up.
What is the reaction of the farmers when they see him?
They get out of his way as he passes. And you can hear them murmuring like, you know, it's a Doc Quack. And he comes up here and sort of goes around the corner.
Oh God.
And so yeah, they scatter to either side of the path here. Actually, they'll probably go to the right because you guys have horses on the left. Whoops. And he just hops through right here, through here, and he goes around the corner over here. And it looks like this building has a sign on it that looks like a bathtub with like 3 wavy lines rising from it. And also depicting like a guy kind of pooping, I guess. Yeah, he's like squatting. And end of round. So minus 89. So time now is 1:01. And first up is Shandrak and Company. These farmers, I guess they are going to go into the building real quick. And when they're inside, you can see them taking off these sandals. Their sandals are kind of muddy a little bit, as is the bottom of their clothing is wet. It looks like they've been working in the rice paddies until now. And you know, the woman that was reading the scroll, she greets them with a bow, and she says that they are just in time for lunch, and she says, you know, please right this way. So this, oh, you guys weren't able to see her before. So yeah, she looks like what is it? Control. No, Shift Z. That's the woman. Yeah, with the scroll. Sorry, I had them on the GM layer. I didn't realize. And then this is the man making soup and sashimi. I think no, that's a woman actually, like a middle-aged woman. So she's making soup and sashimi. She's got a little hat on. And so there's a door on the south side of the room. She opens up for them, slides it open, and they all pass into the room. And then once they make it inside, she slides the door shut and goes over to where the woman is making soup. Which is right over here. And she grabs a bunch of like soup bowls and a bamboo tray, and puts grabs some tongs and puts noodles in each bowl, and then a ladle, and she ladles in broth and brings the tray back down this way through the door. Okay, Shandrak and Company. Did I already say that?
Yeah, it's no problem. So, Airdrin will ride up a little bit, and then he's gonna, seeing our new recruit boldly charge ahead. Airdrin is going to try to do a riding check to get off his horse.
Outside of combat, you don't have to. That's fine. You can just dismount and go.
Shwa. You shall. And then come up and yeah, he will he'll kind of go behind Shandrak's horse and try to hide behind it.
Okay. Checks. Thief skills. Hide shadows. And anything else for Shandrak and Company?
Yep. I think Chai-Yai's horse might be stuck in the corner of the staircase.
Oh. Melody?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Go.
At the very bottom of the screen.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. There you go.
Thank you. Shandrak will start to follow.
And just around the corner, you can see the Doc Kuok, and there is you can see him right here. Whee! And there is an abrupt edge with a 10-foot drop.
Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, Shandrak will move his horse back into the corner here, and then dismount Oh, sorry, I clipped myself to this building. If you can get Shandrak out of there.
Yeah. And some of you can see an overly large haystack through the trees back here. Extremely large. Like okay, just to reiterate, so these walls right here, these are 10-foot high walls, right? Okay, so off here is a 10-foot drop, meaning this is a 10-foot climb up to here. So on the other side of that is a 20-foot drop, and you can see the top of the haystack. So roughly at least 20-foot tall haystack. Probably like 23, 24 feet tall. Which, I don't know if you've ever seen haystacks in real life, but that's no. They're like, 15-ish feet, 12, 15 feet. That's it.
Yeah. So seeing that, a couple of people will come up, and then Aryer, Luther, and Moen will start to dismount. And try taking up the back will dismount. Yeah, Chandrak will he'll actually, I think, come back in the alleyway so he can hide in shadows better.
All right. And I'm assuming he's also uses his invisibility ring at the same time.
Yeah, we'd like to do that, definitely.
Okay. Anything else for Shandrak and company?
Yeah, so Ryer will kind of just come up first, and so this is a 10-foot drop here.
No, that's a 10-foot climb.
Okay.
It's a wall.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And at the top, you can see there's like some trees.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, Ryer will he'll sweat a little bit and keep playing.
Oh, he doesn't want to climb?
No, he'll keep playing his song for now.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Was that all for Shandrak?
Yeah.
All right, Tenzi and company.
Let's see, I'll have Ruckus and Zaman try to follow.
I'm going to see if this Doc Walk has a climb score. It should, because all my... Yeah, good. All right. Any spells or anything like that for Tenzi and company?
Nope, we're just moving.
Okay. And the Doc Walk comes up to the edge. Steps up to the edge. He walks up on high. It steps to the edge to see his world below. Okay, so he's going to try to climb down. It's a 10-foot climb. which means it takes 20 feet of movement, which is 4 squares. And he took a square to get there. So it only takes 1 check. So thief skill checks and climb walls. All right, so it's not a natural ledge, it's a wall. Let's see. Vertical wall or worse with no handholds or rope. I'm going to say it has abundant handholds, brush or trees or ledges. Yeah, that's fine. Submit, and then he's not wearing armor of any kind. And then conditions are dry. It hasn't rained in 2 days. I'm not going to give him a miscellaneous modifier. So he's able to climb down. Even with 1 arm and 1 leg. I guess he'll kind of use his axe as an assist tool or whatever. And he kind of steps over here, and then he turns around and waits for you guys to climb down. And that should be the end of the round. And I don't think there were any additional spells. I'm going to order the tracker again. Okay, Ryer has 1 more round left to rally. Time now is 1:02 p.m. First up is Shandrak and Company.
Yeah, you know what? Chandrak will actually, yeah, he'll break his stealth, so he can enlarge Astriel.
Okay, so Shandrak and Ashril, as you step to the edge, you feel a strong sense of evil coming from that haystack. Shandrak staff. Cast enlarge on Ashriel. And that's 45 rounds. And not as many rounds as Luther's protection, though. Okay. Anything else for Shandrak and Company?
Yeah, Ryer will, well, it's a little crowded here, but yeah, he will take a half move, and I think there's a space right there for him to stand while playing. And, yeah. Actually. Alright, and then, let's see, yeah, what do I got next? Yeah, Erdrin will move silently to the edge and then try to tumble over on the other side.
Whoops.
Right.
All right, and Airdrin is able to tumble down, but I have to make a move silently check because he feather-footed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these skills, move silently. Okay. Anything else for Shandrak and company? He might have movement left, actually.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take any movement to tumble. You're just like from one square to the next.
Yeah, so he has, let's see, 3 squares left. So he will... Yeah, he'll end up kind of at the edge.
What kind of bullet does he have loaded?
A silver bullet.
Okay. Is that it for Shandrak and company? I'm going to double check Musashi's sheet just to make sure that his damage dice were all upgraded.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not gonna... Let's see how this works, but I think Chai Yai will begin trying to conjure an air elemental.
All right. Oh yeah, Katana two-handed normally is 2d6, so upgraded would be 2d8. Very nice. All right, conjure air or water elemental takes 6 rounds. So, Chai Yai summon. You said air elemental?
Yeah.
Okay. Air elemental. And once she has it cast, the duration is 120 rounds. So I guess I'll just take a shortcut and put the timer to 126 rounds. So the first 6 rounds obviously are casting. And then once it gets to the 120 round, at the end of the round, the elemental will be summoned. So that's -1, 2, 6. Enter. So the end of the 120 round is when it will appear. Anything else? Oh, and go ahead and give her 700 points for... well, I suppose that should happen once it's cast. Yeah. So not yet.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Anything else for Shandra?
That's all from me.
Okay. Tenzi and company.
Tenzi's going to step up and then he'll try to tumble down the wall.
All right. Go ahead and roll tumbling check. Nice. So you definitely, roll off the edge and land on your feet at the bottom. And it's only 1 square movement, passing from 1 square to the next.
Where is this haystack?
So you could see it before. It's right over here. And you might not be able to see it right now, but...
Yeah, there's stuff in the way, yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple trees in the way. But it's so tall you can see it beyond the trees. These trees are only about 20 feet tall, and you can see about 4 feet of hay sticking out above the trees.
All right, I think that'll be it for Tenzi. Um, Musashi is going to get a rope out because he doesn't have tumbling. So he's going to look for a place to secure a rope up here.
Let's see. There's some rocks over here. There's another couple of trees around the corner over here. There is the corner of the roof right here, but it's a little risky because he has to lean out over the edge, so it's going to take just a dex check if you want to do it that way. And then there's
The tree sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
There's more than enough room from the tree to hang it over there. So
Yeah.
if that's what he's going to be doing this round, Zalman is just going to dismount and then he'll try to help Musashi with the rope. However, Ashrael, detecting the evil, will fly over towards the haystack.
Okay. Put this rope. Stretch it out. It's a bundled rope, so it looks kind of weird, but oh well. And Ashriel flies straight over to the haystack. So his altitude, if you wanted to be on above it, your altitude would have to be around 25 feet. But 10 feet of that, you wouldn't have to fly up because, of course, you were on a 10-foot ledge. So just 15 feet. And I think that would count as a half move. Wait. No, it doesn't. So later on you have to move more. Because that's only 8 squares. Wow.
Yeah,
Wait, no. You have movability class B. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Never mind.
And then he'll fly over there, and if he doesn't see the creature or doesn't get a reaction, he'll start stabbing into the hay.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative. Lottie-dottie everybody. Okay. And then you get so Ashriel gets a multiple. Musashi gets 3. There's another one for Moen. Ryer's still playing his guitar, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay. So rope and wall gives you a big ass bonus to climbing. Next round. But he is wearing splint. So
Yeah.
that's another big penalty. Hopefully they'll cancel each other out.
And then he gets, I think rope use gives him an extra 10%.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. I think that's on a successful rope use check. You get the 10% bonus, or is it just automatic?
I don't know. I'll look it up while we're going here.
Okay. Okay, is anyone still rolling?
Yeah.
I am going to sort of boss fight track over the guitar.